Ready for a story? I have another one today by the same author as yesterday, Robert Munsch and Michael Parchenko. The same authors. As you can see here, they have their pictures on the back. And it's the same that was on yesterday's. We share everything. As you can see, these two people work really well together. One of them thinks of the words. He must be the author. And the other one decides what the picture should look like to make the story really come alive. He must be the illustrator. Sometimes an author's note is on the inside of a book, and sometimes it's on the back cover. I really like it when they put their pictures, because then I can imagine them doing their work. Just like when I get pictures of you writing your books. I love seeing how hard you're working. And one day, you never know, you could be an author or an illustrator, or maybe both. Down here, they're giving us a clue to this story. The title is The Paper Bag Princess by Robert Munsch and Michael Marchenko. I think the pictures will be wonderful. As you can see in here, there's a little sticker inside. That's to help me remember. It helps me to remember a little boy who was in my class a very, very long time ago. And he bought this book for me. So every time I read it, I remember a little boy named Brendan. The Paper Bag Princess. That's the title page. You're getting good at this. And over here, ooh, the dedication. You can read the first word. To Elizabeth. Elizabeth was a beautiful princess. She lived in a castle and had expensive princess clothes. She was going to marry a prince named Ronald. There, shiny pages. And there go little hearts all around her head. Unfortunately, a dragon smashed her castle, burned all her clothes with his fiery breath, and carried off Prince Ronald. Elizabeth decided to chase the dragon and get Ronald back. She looked everywhere for something to wear, but the only thing she could find was not burnt. The only thing that she could find that was not burnt was a paper bag. So she put the paper bag on and followed the dragon. He was easy to follow because he left a trail of burnt forest and horses' bones. I wonder why the horses' bones are there. I bet you can figure it out. That's called inferring. When they don't tell you something, but they leave you little clues and you figure it out. Finally, Elizabeth came to a cave with a large door that had a huge knocker on it. She took hold of the knocker and bang, bang, banged on the door. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Well, a princess. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." He slammed the door so fast that Elizabeth almost got her nose caught. Elizabeth grabbed the knocker and bang, bang, banged the door again. The dragon stuck his nose out of the door and said, "Go away. I love to eat princesses, but I have already eaten a whole castle today. I am a very busy dragon. Come back tomorrow." "Wait!" shouted Elizabeth. "Is it true that you are the smartest and fiercest dragon in the whole world?" "Yes," said the dragon. "Is it true," said Elizabeth, that you can burn up 10 forests with your fiery breath? Oh, yes, said the dragon. And he took a huge, deep breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 50 forests. Fantastic, said Elizabeth. And the dragon took another huge breath and breathed out so much fire that he burnt up 100 forests. Magnificent, said Elizabeth. And the dragon took another huge breath. But this time, nothing came out. The dragon didn't even have enough fire left to cook a meatball. I think that Elizabeth's pretty smart. Elizabeth said, "Dragon, is it true that you can fly around the world in just 10 seconds?" "Why, yes," said the dragon, and jumped up and flew all the way around the world in just 10 seconds. He was very tired, and when he got back, but Elizabeth shouted, "Fantastic! Do it again." You think you can infer what she's doing? His breath is all used up. Why is she making him fly around the world? So the dragon jumped up and flew around the whole world in just 20 seconds. When he got back, he was too tired to walk, and he laid down and went straight to sleep. Is that what she wanted? Elizabeth whispered very softly, "Hey, dragon." The dragon didn't move at all. She lifted up the dragon's ear and put her head right inside. She shouted as loud as she could, "Hey, dragon!" The dragon was so tired that he didn't even move. Elizabeth walked right over the dragon and opened the door to the cave. There was Prince Ronald. Was she going to save him? He looked at her and said, "Elizabeth, you are a mess. You smell like ashes, your hair is all tangled, and you are wearing a dirty old paper bag. Come back when you are dressed like a real princess." Did you think that's what he was going to say? Tell somebody what you think he should have said. "Ronald," said Elizabeth, "your clothes are really pretty, and your hair is very neat. You look like a real prince, but you are not very nice." And they didn't get married after all. Elizabeth went through a lot for Ronald. And when she got there, what should he have said? Oh, yes, he should have said thank you and told her how hard she worked. Not told her to go get dressed and changed and washed up before she could come rescue him. My goodness, Ronald has a lot to learn. But Elizabeth, she did the right thing. All right, boys and girls, I hope you liked this story, The Paper Bag Princess. Kind of silly, but I think it's a lot of fun too. Enjoy your day and read lots of books.